Hey, I'm back with another video. It's 10:22 p.m. It is still May 12th, the evening of Mother's Day, which I had a pretty pleasant Mother's Day, and I hope people who are watching had a pretty nice Mother's Day too. Actually, I hope you had a better Mother's Day, a little bit more eventful, you know. So anyway, earlier today I did make a video about, me expressing my frustration over what's going on with Patreon and, me, trying to get on top of bills and stuff like that, which is very frustrating, because I've been dealing with so much of this issue, okay, that I honestly, I don't know how else I can put it, but I think I'm going to be very direct as possible as I can, okay, because it's important that I communicate, and I don't want to leave any sort of misunderstandings, okay, because at this point, and I think I've gone over every single injustice, well, maybe not every single one in detail, but 1,400 videos is a long time. That's a lot of videos, okay? And when you think about me making videos since 2015, if you think about it, next year it would be 10 straight years of videos, next year in September, okay, addressing this issue, okay? This issue of racial harassment, which I will say the people who are involved, my main target murdering perpetrators, okay, they feel as though I just don't like having any fun. Maybe they just feel like, okay, I don't know, I do not appreciate that kind of fun. I do not like people ever making pointing out issues relating to my race. I do not like people pointing out anything relating to my personal preferences or my spiritual beliefs. Okay, and once I've dealt with all the drama, okay, year after year after year, it is very, very clear how these people see me. Okay, they don't like me, and that's fine. You don't have to like me, okay, but I do have the right to exist. All right, now maybe there's some remorse and maybe it's sincere. Okay, fine. All right, but you have to understand the only way I can ever look at the people who got involved in this includes people that I've worked with. Okay, there is nobody in my life from my past. Okay, I want to make this very clear. There is no one in my life from my past that I want to see. Okay, that I want it visible in my eye view, that I want to hear their voice, that I want any connection to. Okay, now I know there was attempts to try to match make me, which that did not get over well. Okay, and I want to make this very clear. The only thing that I wanted to do when I left my last employer was to start over again and make sure I never had to have any sort of feeling or connection with the same monstrous shit that I dealt with in my 9 to 5. Okay, I want to start over again, which I have the right to do. Okay, now, today I made a video because I'm trying to figure out, okay, I need to figure out my credit issue and I need to figure out bills. And so, I did say that I was making 2 videos. I finished my videos and I uploaded them to Patreon. Okay. Now, mind you, I know that Patreon seems to be having a lot of struggles. Okay. And I do not want to sit here and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad. Okay. But I do know that this so-called Libra 14 was involved in something that he should not have been. This is due to people thinking that it was okay to do matchmaking and people thinking that it was okay to have their hand in my things. Okay, this caused me even more problems. Okay, and more terror. Why? Because number one, I was terrorized in the workplace, outside of the workplace. When I was looking for other jobs, I was terrorized, meaning being brought in and just to be played with. Okay, and then when I left, I was being played with Patreon. Okay, and other social media sites or whatever, fake perps, people contacting me. Okay, you need to understand the only thing I feel about these people is fear. I do not have any warm fuzzy feelings for any of these people, considering the fact that these people were willing to have me made as a sacrifice. Meaning, people are making sort of arrangements. We had Libra 14 getting involved with gambling or whatever. That has nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. He is not my partner in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Now, I do know that there are some people who are followers of me And I do appreciate the people who support me, okay? But this group of my network who are arranging my 9 to 5 jobs, probably Libra 14, okay? Um, which, you know, I'm not even going to talk about what's going on with him, but, or what happened to him or whatever. I don't care, okay? But I want to make it very clear. I'm trying my best to get back on my feet. I'm tired of, you know, and I feel as though the people that were involved, okay, the people that were involved that I've addressed in the past, okay, really have not made any real effort to resolve the problem. And the reason why I say this is because, okay, this has been going on for months and months and months, and I have given a deadline before. I'm not trying to be impossible. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm more than aware of that you guys have titles, okay? But also you got to understand from a legal standpoint, okay, when it comes to international laws and everything else, this is quite bizarre, okay? And obviously, the reason why I feel this way is because, you know, we know what it is, okay? It's the T word. It's a form of terrorism, okay? To do this to a person and single a person out. Okay, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what I am trying to do is I'm trying to get my things in order. And unfortunately, because of the things that go on in a covert manner, I am not able to express myself. And when I do express myself, you guys always have the power to do something that thwarts my plans or delays me or whatever. This is extremely frustrating to me. Extremely frustrating to me. Now, I did upload two new videos. The one is called Spirit Creatures. The other one is called Who is Saint Expedite? And I'm working on more content. My content is very important to me. I do know that there were certain people who, after they were harassing me in the workplace, such as Libra 14 and a few other people, after all of this, after I've made it very clear that I would never want any of these people in my life at all, nor do I want to see them or any signs that they exist, mainly because what they've done is showed me how they truly feel, what their motives are, and I cannot see them as anything but evil. This is not me trying to cut them down. I want them, well, it is kind of, but people need to understand. I don't want to hear your sob stories. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I don't want to hear any of that, okay? Because like I said, it will never mean anything to me after all of this time that's been passed, okay? Only thing I care about is me moving on with Patreon. That's it, okay? Now, I mean, I've been making content for a very long time. Okay, I've uploaded 17 videos, okay, since I opened my channel. Okay, and there was a lot of stagnation because of all of these issues of a so-called business partner that I never authorized. Okay, Libra 14 had no right, okay, in any of my things at all, and I'm disturbed by it. Extremely disturbed. I am a result of a Nazi experiment. That is it. That is the reason why I exist, okay? And the people who were behind it acted like it, okay? And so therefore, you need to understand from my point of view why I don't want to have any sort of relationship with people that are like that. Now, I understand certain people are in positions of power and they can do certain things and they can sit here and block you and all this other stuff and cause all kinds of illegal problems for you, which really frustrates me, okay? I'm trying to keep it as civil as I possibly can. I do not need business partners. Okay, I understand what I'm doing with the Swan Song Manifesto. And see, this is what I find frustrating is the same people who terrorize me want to have their hand in what I'm doing now. Okay, and I'm not comfortable with it. If you want to sit here and stand on the sidelines and watch what I'm doing, that's fine, okay? But I don't have a workable relationship with these people, okay? Because the Swan Song Manifesto is about Maria Gordon. It's about her experience, you know, being an occultist, sharing information that she knows, okay? And I want to work and collaborate with people that I click with, okay? Or not so much click with, because some of these people I don't even know yet, okay? But I want them to be a part of my show or a part of one of my presentations or whatever, because I see value in what they do, Okay, whether that be coming on to sing a song, or coming on to do a food magic video, or maybe talking some Judith Aurora Ryan's Feng Shui, giving lessons on that, something along those lines, okay? But that's my choice. Okay, I don't know how clear I can make it on why I'm not comfortable with the things that you guys do. Okay, my business plan for the Swan Song Manifesto is 100% legitimate. It is legal to work on a social media site. It is legal to get paid for the services that you do, or the product that you provide, product or service. Okay, what I'm doing is completely legal. What bothers me is that people need to follow up to make sure what I was doing was, and it's this sort of stuff. It's this sort of possessive nature that you guys have towards me that I find very disturbing. Okay, the very fact that Libra 14 walked into my life out of nowhere is disturbing for me. You have to understand from my point of view what you guys look like to me. Okay, and it scares me. I'm being honest, okay, because I am not in a position to sit here and call you up. We don't have that sort of relationship. I've never met you face to face. I just know that you guys exist. That's it. Okay, and I'm trying to be as nice as I possibly can. All right. Why is it that I have to suffer all the time for other things other people do? Okay, does that sound even right to you? And if it doesn't make sense to you, well then, I hate to keep using the word evil, but this keeps going through my mind. It keeps going through my mind. Okay. Now I cannot have contest until I start making money. Okay, and I understand. I'm aware of what I should be the money I should be expecting from Patreon. Okay, and I get the feeling that there's certain people in Patreon that, and I know this is a very touchy subject. Okay, they feel as though I might be going to the extremes with me constantly talking about my frustration on the Patreon issue and all this other stuff. Okay, please, I'm not blaming Patreon. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so, and I'm also, well, I am in a way, because there really should be better policies. But can you honestly think, or do you honestly think that you would be, for each individual person who works at that company, okay, and I don't know how that structure works, okay, would they feel happy about it if they are working and that is their only main form of income, okay, and they dealt with workplace mobbing, and they finally felt as though they found a way to stand up on their feet, and then there's all kinds of ridiculous delays that go on that I did not initiate. Now, the whole process of getting paid through social media is you upload your videos, people pay for their membership, and they get to watch your membership, and you collect your money. Everybody gets their share. Okay, they will get their share, and of course, like the payment processing company gets their share, and you fill out, of course, your tax forms and all that stuff before you even sign up. Okay, I have everything, all my ducks in a row when it comes to that. Okay, so, and people know who I am because I was blacklisted, and mainly because the reason why I was blacklisted is because I am Prince Alamehu. I am Prince Alamehu. Okay, who used the name CB Braganza, or whoever he was, whether CB, whether he was Prince Alamehu, he was an occultist, and he was successful at what he did. Okay, now I understand that I have some celebrity readings that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to do them all at once because this is a little group, a little entourage, and I'm going to tell you who it covers and who's involved in it. I have Scorpio 20, I have Gemini 14, and I have Capricorn 9, and I'm being very respectful about this issue. Okay, now I want you to understand, when I say something, I mean it. Okay, when I said that I did not want to have a relationship with anybody that I used to know, I meant that. I meant that. Okay, I have dealt with extreme trauma. I do not want to hear or see any of the people that I used to know. I don't want to know or feel them. What I mean by feel them, every time I go onto Patreon, okay, all the traumas that I experienced in the workplace, all the traumas I experienced being called in for job interviews and everything else, that whole feeling comes back to me. Why? Because this is still the same group of people. I'm dealing with the same group of people. And you know what? I really do not like the association. I'm being honest and I'm being truthful. I hate the association. Okay? I hate it. It's the worst thing that to me could ever happen to my life. And it is. Okay? Why? Because I feel as though, and maybe on a personal level, maybe in when you guys are in your homes and you're with your own families and with your own friends, you guys might act civil. But it seems like when you guys deal with me, you cannot do it. Okay? Now, I had made a video back in February about getting a deadline. Okay? Right now, my car is repossessed. Okay? And I understand that I did my video earlier today, which was Sunday. Okay, and I know that the company that I'm working with to post my videos, to get paid through my videos, they're probably not working on Sunday. Okay, I'm hoping to see something by this week because I'm tired. Okay, and I need to have something quickly. Now, I know you guys have the power to pull strings and negotiate and everything else because you guys who are who you are. Okay, and I understand you have a position, whether I agree with you having that position or not. Okay, I'm tired of suffering for you guys. And I'm being upfront and I'm being honest, okay? And if I don't say these things, like I said, whether I say them or not, sometimes I tend to deal with your force from nature that has caused me major problems, okay? Major problems when it comes to sleeping, major problems when it comes to relaxation, and I don't even have any thoughts anymore. Now, obviously, we know that Prince Alamehu committed suicide because of the same sort of actions that you guys are taking out on me, okay? And I'm tired of it. This whole thing has been played out in the public, and I've tried to be peaceful. Now, I understand that Patreon's got problems, you know, mainly because it's very hard to find people who are competent. Meaning, it's very hard. This is a big problem just about in every sector. I mentioned this before, and please do not think that I'm hurting or I'm trying to hurt Patreon. I'm not. Okay? But it is hard to find people who know exactly how, you know, look at a computerized system or a software program or a website or whatever. I get that, okay? I understand that, all right? But the first thing that should have been taken care of was to make sure that I got paid. Now, I understand there's money going through this particular company, and yes, I do believe that. I 100% believe that, all right? And since I'm making that sort of money, you would think that I would be a top priority. Okay, I am tired of being treated like I am less than a human being. I'm sick of it. Okay, I am sick of it. And I have the right to say that. And even though you guys might abuse your power, I want you to put yourself in my shoes one day for just 1 minute. Okay, you couldn't imagine being in a situation like this. Okay, but you're the very people who put people in these sort of situations. Okay, and then you sit here and you have your fancy dinners and you go out to nice places and you sit here and you like people to suffer. Well, I've suffered enough. Okay, now I know I can be very, very blunt. Okay, and the reason why I have to be blunt is because I need you to understand after almost 10 years of making videos, after 1,400 videos of me saying over and over and over again, these people are abusers, I want to get away. And you come and you sit here and present me with more abusers. Libra 14 was one of your creations. Let's just be real here. Okay, from you guys studying who I am, the kind of things I like. So then you guys thought that perhaps maybe I would like a little Libra 14 in person. Well, no, I did not. Okay, Libra 14 was extremely boring. Okay, but and not only that, he was a racist person. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want to be around racist attitudes. I don't want to be around that. It's too much for me. I've dealt with that my entire life. Okay. And at this point in my life, I don't have patience for it. I don't have patience for anybody saying something that's out of line or any of that stuff. Okay, because I've dealt with it all my life. And mostly I've dealt with it from adults who should know better in the workplace. I'm done. Done with that. Okay, so let me get into some of these readings here. Like I said, these readings are for the 3 individuals. This one, you know, it's for all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and mention some of the thoughts that I'm getting from Capricorn 9. Now, we talked about the party. You know what I mean? This is all hypothetical. All right? Hang on one second. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. Okay, so we talked about this hypothetical party, about, me receiving my money so that I can start, processing or expanding, meaning like, having comments on my channel, being able to respond to them, having contests, okay, contacting celebrities so that they can do interviews or be on my show or whatever, okay. And so once I would start getting my money, then I would like to have some sort of meet and greet. So I can, because I haven't met a lot of these people in person, and I definitely want to work with them. So yeah, if I had a party, yeah, when I was thinking about, I got this message that you want to meet me or you want to be a part of my social life or something along those lines. Okay, well, I have been thinking. I mean, I know you seem to want to be friends, but you understand people have different versions of friends or ideas of friends. And like I said, to me, a friend is somebody who does not obstruct, but they actually help. Okay. Now, when it comes to the Swan Song Manifesto and anything, to be honest with you, Capricorn 9. Okay. One of the reasons why I hated the workplace is because it does not allow the flexibility of expression. Okay. The Swan Song Manifesto is my expression. Okay. And I do not want any other additives to it. This is about the recording of my life and who I am and how I live my life. 100%. It's 100% mine. Okay. And so I would appreciate it if you would not obstruct me in any way. Okay. Um, that relationships, like, you know what I mean, like the whole idea of me being who I was in my past life and the whole kidnapping thing, it is a little bit bizarre. Okay. And I do understand that, you may not have been the main person who caused me to be basically what I am at this point, is disabled, somebody who is not able to go back to a regular job. I have lost the ability to do certain things, such as drive on the freeway and do certain things that I used to do. Okay. What happened to me is very traumatizing, extremely traumatizing. Okay. And my natural inclination is to get away from everything that hurt me and disturbed me. It disturbed me because I do not believe that certain people within this group are able to understand or respect what I'm saying. Okay. The reason why I feel this way is because I had made it very clear when I left the last employer that I worked with, and made it very clear that I had wanted nothing to do with my brother and the whole relationship thing, and I went to the courthouse and all this other stuff. Next thing I know, I get contacted by Libra 14, who is into the same stuff that I was avoiding my brother for, okay? But I didn't know this until, of course, I started tapping into certain things and I realized it. Okay, but this is a person who obviously I didn't mesh with. His lifestyle would be in direct conflict of mine, and because of that, I would only be in an abusive situation. What happened? They wanted, you guys wanted me to be with this person. And so he ended up coming in thinking that he had the right to dictate whatever and got himself into a shitload of trouble. Okay, which I want nothing to do with. So let me define what a friendship is to me. Okay, my definition of a friendship is a support structure. Okay, a two-way communication where it's understood what each person needs and wants. Okay, and so I don't need people enforcing things on me that keep me in a low vibrational state, such as Libra 14, such as people coming in and trying to shake up, modify, or change my life experience through the Swan Song Manifesto or whatever, or adding their 2 cents, or saying, well, it needs to be this way. It doesn't need to be this way, because my way is exactly how I lived it. Okay, so, you know, like I said, I don't know if you are the one who allowed me to drive 6 hours to Palm Springs without, that was a form of abuse. Okay. Were you the one who sat there and forced me to wear a uniform at my last job? See, these are the sort of things I'm telling you, because if you're the kind of person who constantly is a nitpicker, constantly is trying to tear me apart, then that's going to be a very difficult friendship. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. So, yes, will I invite you to my party? Of course I would. Okay, but you need to understand. I cannot be put in situations like I was dealing with the 9 to 5. I cannot sit here and deal with, people treating me like what's going on right now with my social media account, thinking it's okay. I am somebody who constantly suffer. I'm somebody who suffers for people's mistakes. I do not want people dumping on me, meaning they make mistakes, they cause problems, and I end up suffering for them, and they sit there and they do nothing while I suffer for them. Okay? Those are my definition of friendships. Now, some people think friendships are just people that you go out and have lunch with and blah, 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 and it's okay to gossip about them and all this other stuff. I'm just telling you what my standards are. Okay? I'm not saying that you're doing something or you're not doing something. Okay? But I've dealt with too many two-faced people. I've dealt with too many double agents. I've dealt with too many of that sort of stuff. So I'm very careful. Also, the next thing is that I get this message that when it comes to the Swan Song Manifesto that I'm in 100% control and that you do not expect me to have any favors. This is something that's important to me and I want to make it very clear. Okay? I left the 9 to 5 because I needed to do my own thing. I needed to break away from all of that has caused me nothing but pain. And like I said, the Swan Song Manifesto is a reflection of who I am, what I do, what I think, and everything else underneath it. Okay, because I have a shitload of more things that I want to add to the content of this channel, or my whatever I'm making into it. And so I didn't want people thinking that, like, for example, I don't know if my ex-family were trying to put their 2 cents in, but something tells me a part of this group. I know that the girl from Murray Family Farms was possibly working with Libra 14. Now, these are people that I've made clear over and over again I hate. These are people who've shown me several times before they represent nothing but abuse, but somehow or another they get their hands in my stuff. Okay, why? Because, like I've said in one of my other videos, the United States sadly runs by itself. It runs by itself. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who break the law. There's a lot of people who do a lot of covert things that result in very bad consequences for other people. And it's time certain people get justice, is what I'm saying. I also get the feeling that you're aware of my prices that I'm charging on my channel. Okay, VIP is $15 a month. Okay, for people who wish to remain private. This could be an issue with Patreon with their inability to fix the problem. It is a unique issue. Okay, why? And once again, I'm suffering for it. This is not my problem. But I tried to make accommodations and I continue to suffer. Okay. Number one, when I left, when I made the Swan Song Manifesto, Swan Song Manifesto is originally for, number one, people who are interested in the occult, people who are already a part of the occult, people who want to form a community. Okay. This was the whole idea of it. I had no idea, nor did I, and I'm not trying to be, I'm being ungrateful, because if you're watching my videos, I thank you. Okay. But what I'm saying is I had no idea that I would be, people who would be watching my videos would be people like Gemini 14 and Scorpio 20 and other people from that spectrum. Okay, so if you guys are thinking that I'm going to sit here and make accommodations for you guys because of you guys are being viewers, well, it's still not. That's not what the Swan Song Manifesto is about. I had no idea. I'm sorry, but I can't make certain accommodations for you guys. What I mean by that is, this is still Maria Gordon, and Maria Gordon experienced these sort of things in her life, and this is why she's an occultist, etc., etc., etc. These are my likes, these are my preferences. Okay, I'm just telling you that. Okay, because I can't deal. I deal with a lot of mental issues because of this relationship. Okay, because it just triggers me in ways that you can't even imagine. All right, so when I created my channel, okay, Libra 14 took it upon himself, which I find it so offensive, and every day I sit here and I think, I cannot believe someone actually thought or did what he did. That was bold and it was inappropriate, 100% shocking, offensive, and everything else under the sun. Okay, but he decided to do this. And then somebody thought, oh, well, we don't want to be recognized on Patreon. Okay, once again, here comes their abuse. And everything that these people do, I'm sorry, but everything that you guys do, okay, including the 3 people that I'm reading for, I cannot help but feel as though it's deliberate. I cannot help but feel that it's abusive. Okay, so nobody wants to be seen on Patreon. So guess what? Who suffers? I do. I end up losing my car because of you guys. And so it makes me feel as though my life is deliberately being threatened. Okay? Or this nonchalant attitude about what Maria has to go through. Okay, even though Maria it's not her fault, but it is her fault. It's not my fault. It's you guys' fault for bringing Libra 14 involved in it. It's Libra 14's fault that he did what he did. Okay, and it's everybody else's fault who's associated with this tribe who didn't want to be identified on Patreon. But that's okay for them. But meanwhile, Maria loses her car. But and this is me, I'm sorry if you guys get offended. Okay, but this is the problem. You guys have an issue with narcissism. Okay, because you do. Okay, or maybe you guys lack empathy. I'm being honest. Okay, this is not me trying to start a fight. Okay, I'm being honest and direct. Okay, because you and I are never going to have this conversation unless, of course, I do get that party, and I can't have that party unless I start moving forward and I start seeing signs of it. Okay, I'm not trying to be in competition for I was the occultist, okay, but I was basically destroyed by white supremacy in my past life, okay, and I do not want to be destroyed by white supremacy in this life. And this is in me no way trying to challenge white people. I'm trying to combat the evil that was directed towards me, which I have the right to do. Because what am I supposed to do? Just stand up there and say, oh, please fuck me over some more? I don't think so. I'm going to say something, okay? Anybody with half a brain would. So my prices, once again, they're $15 for the private VIP, which if you want to remain private, fine. Okay, so then what did I do? I made an attempt to split it. Pawn members would be $10, meaning they're not hidden, so that I can see who they are. Because I need to have full access of an account. Meaning I need to be able to communicate with my audience. I need to be able to receive comments on my channel. I need to be able to hear and mingle and communicate with other people. Okay, the problem with it is with you guys, I'm talking about Capricorn 9, Gemini 14, Scorpio 20. You guys feel as though I'm supposed to be hidden, like I'm not supposed to be seen. Okay, and that's abusive as fuck. The shit that you guys do to me. It is extremely abusive, and it's wrong. Extremely. Okay? You guys pick apart my clothes, you pick apart my body, you pick apart everything that I find extremely, like, demoralizing, dehumanizing, and everything under the sun. Okay? I have the right to interact with people who watch my videos. This is not the Gemini 14 show. It's not the Scorpio 20 show. Okay? It's the Maria Gordon Swan Song Manifesto. And it's not about arrogance. It's not about being selfish. You know, what went on in the 9 to 5 terrorized me to the point of where I am now. Okay, why do you think that I would want to have buddy and hang out with these people? I don't think so. Now, I do believe that my money is safe. Like, I don't believe, and I hope not. Okay, but the message that I'm getting right now is that Libra 14 did not take my money. Okay, but if he did, you know what I mean, I'm glad that what happened to him, because don't touch my shit. Okay, this is what bothers me so much. Anything that relates to me making money, me supporting myself, if somebody thinks it's okay for them to jump ahead and be a part of it, that automatically, in my book, makes me want to distance myself from you. Why? Because we're dealing with money here. Okay? Would you like it if somebody helped themselves to knowing what's in your bank account? No, you would not. That's private, right? But you guys treat me like I'm some public information, like I have fucking no rights or anything, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, okay? And when, like I said, I had made it very clear before that I do not want to be involved in any sort of relationship Okay, that's tied to my money. Why? Because that right there is one of the reasons why people deal with abusive issues. Okay, and I made that clear over and over and over and over again. Okay, so what happened is Libra 14, and that's all he wanted to do was abuse. Because he was a part of this little organization that you guys belong to. Okay. Meanwhile, you guys create all these problems. And see, why I get upset about it is because of the duration of the time. Okay, me understanding what the association and the original purpose of the experiment was. What conclusion would you draw naturally? How would that make you feel? I want you to put yourself in my shoes. Okay, this is not an argument. It's me trying to make myself clear. Okay, now, in a second. Um, Gemini 14, the message I get that is coming through Capricorn 9 is that he still wants to be friends. Gemini 14, you need to understand what my definition of friendship is. Friendship is not coercion. Friendship is not bullying somebody or trying to direct them into a path that they do not want. Okay? I don't want, whatever it is, you need to understand I have reached breaking point. I can't deal with it. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like the, people thinking that, or do not assume that I want to sit here and be friends with people that I used to know. Okay, if they want to support me, they can support me. Okay, but don't start to force or think it's okay to intervene in certain past relationships. Okay, you're not the person who had to deal with this. You're not the person who experienced this. I do not want people matchmaking me. I do not want a relationship with anyone. Okay, you know what I want more than anything else? I just want to be safe. Okay, I want to be locked away from everyone else because I cannot deal with it. And I want to be very selective about who I bring into my life. Meaning, you know what I mean? Like if I contact like a celebrity or something, then, we can talk or whatever. And, people have loose lips. It's not that they can't tell people that they came to my house or I had lunch with them. It's not like that. But it's like when I tell people like secrets, or maybe it was a childhood thing that I did a long time ago, or I tell them something, I don't need that repeated to someone else. Okay? You think, Gemini 14, you think like this is an experiment. Like you're one of the people who condoned the experiment. And at one time, I do know that you were like a driving force of it. Okay, you seem like you're repentant now. Okay, but like I said, when things go on for long periods of time, you got to question people's apologies. Okay, and this is one of the top things when it comes to my standard of friendship. Do not make me question you. Do not ever make me question you. Okay. Now, I also get the message that no church is a threat to me. I never wanted to stand up. I never stood up to the church in the first place. I never knew that people were, I'm sorry, it's so skewed. The United States has always was supposed to be, separation of church and state. No, they're not. You know what I mean? They have terrorized me in the workplace. They have caused me problems on social media. The problem with Rumble is probably because it was a part of this group, nationalist group or whatever. Okay, I don't know, but legally they have no right. Scripturally they have no right, and I'm tired of dealing with terrorism. Period. Now I do get the feeling that this is coming from. Capricorn 9, that some of the celebrities want to do collaborations with me, and I would really like that a lot. I would like to do collaborations, okay? But I need money first. And this is my money that I'm making myself. Okay, I never asked anybody for, and people, see, the thing is what you guys want people to rely on you. Okay, but what you guys end up doing is you guys end up abusing people to the point of where they can't take it anymore. This is exactly what you guys do. I'm telling you. If you really are humble, you want to show some humility here, I'm letting you know that this is what you do. Okay? And this is, I'm not the only one, okay? But I'm somebody who's dealing with trauma, and I'm a strong person. Okay? But you guys tend to act like people, you don't understand people's feelings, or people's need to take care of themselves. And this is one of the reasons why it makes me nervous to deal with people who have power, okay, earthly power, because not everybody knows how to yield it well. When it comes to me collaborating with celebrities, I do have ideas on what I want to do with, I want to do a bunch of things because to me, this is a marking point towards the end of my existence, meaning I want to do the things I never got a chance to do. And I want some of the people that I've admired and I respected to be a part of that. Okay. So I do want that. Okay. What else? Something about something about singing. I'm not a singer, but I wouldn't mind, doing some singing on my show. I don't have the equipment to do that, but I would definitely consider that. What else? This is another thought that I have from you that I find humans worthless, or I don't really care much about dealing with humans. Um, People have a need to socialize, okay? And this is one of the reasons why I do want to have a party, because I like parties. I do. I like the decor. I like, making things. I like presenting things. I like talking. You know what I mean? But what I've dealt with in the past with my interactions with people, because they were part of this program, they always came up to me with an agenda, it just gets draining, okay? And no, I don't like socializing with people like that. Okay. What I long for are spontaneous meetings. Like, you meet somebody, you bump into them on accident. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then a conversation starts. Okay. Just out of the blue. Something random. And which random seems to be more in line with sincerity. Okay. No, I do not like to deal with people who have loaded questions and people who have this contrived speech when they encounter me. Okay, because all that does to me is trigger abuse. It just reminds me of abuse. Why are you asking? Why are you trying to, why you want information because you want to compare it, stir it around in your mind, feel as what, and analyze whether or not it's an offense to the white race. Why is it? Those sort of things I'm not comfortable with, and anybody in their right mind would feel the same way. Okay, I am a victim of somebody who was an experiment from Nazis. Okay, let that sink in. Why don't I like having some sort of interaction with people? I was a target of hatred for very many years. Okay? No, I don't like interacting with people. Okay? Now, these readings are for Gemini 14, and that you feel as though my ability to navigate is better than Martin Luther King. Well, that's funny, or something along those lines, okay? But that kind of image comes up into my thing. I don't like confronting racism, okay? Racism played a huge part in my life. And unfortunately, this issue dealt with racism, a lot of it, okay? And when I go onto my Patreon account, and it could very well be an issue of them not being able to modify my account. Okay. But all it does is add triggers. Okay. Because I was triggered out of my job at the farmer's place because of racism. Okay. And that wasn't enough for these hungry animals. Okay. Which I believe that you were the one who instigated that in some way. Okay. After that, I was plowed down at my job interviews. Okay, then I remember desperately trying to be able to establish myself somewhere else. And I went to Palm Springs and drove for 6 hours in the hot sun trying to take care of myself, only so people can waste my time. Okay, it's those sort of acts, okay, that makes it so that no, of course, I would not want to be like, I can't be your buddy friend. Okay, I can't. Okay, but I can be the kind of friend to where we can have peace. Okay, I'm having a problem with these people over on Patreon. I need my money. Could you do something on my behalf? Okay, seeing as how you were a part of it in the first place. Could you please get things speeded up? I've got things I need to do. Okay, I need to be out of this apartment. I want to be out of this town. Okay, I've suffered enough for everything that you've done. Okay, So also you've probably observed my work and you think that there's some web designers that would like to work with me. Hey, you know what? Possibly I can say that it does need some help. But see, what you're thinking of is big stuff. You're thinking of stuff like, this is about a person. I'm starting off humble, meaning this is about a person who just fucking like literally was running for her life, decided to make a video, a journal, recordings, lessons about her life towards the end, getting close to the end of her life. So I don't expect like big time production shit right now. Okay, I think it's kind of cool that I'm starting off like this, and then if I grow, then of course I'll get better equipment, and then it kind of snowballs from there. Okay, yeah, and I would definitely hire a web designer. But if that was my case, but I want control of that. Okay, I don't want people snitching, talking about me, trying to demean me and thinking it's funny. I don't want these people in my life anymore. Okay, yeah, the reason why I stepped away from the 9 to 5 is because I wanted my own thing. Okay, which legally I have the right to. And I understand that you get along with Scorpio 20 and you talk to Capricorn 9 and everybody else talks about, do you guys want to see was what I doing legal? Was what I was doing is ethical? It's completely legal. It's completely ethical. Okay. Um, and yeah, I've got it covered. I understand what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I understand that there's certain things, but you know what? When people look at it, they're looking at when I publish my materials, I'm making my videos, they need to understand, and they should understand. This is about Maria Gordon, a girl who came from Lancaster, moved to Bakersfield, okay, who is basically running her entire life. Okay, this is what it's about. Okay, I just made some manuals for some of my videos, and one day, eventually, if I meet the right people, then I would like to update that. You know what I mean? Add more to it. You know what I mean? But right now, this is my humble beginning, which I'm rather proud of. The next message is that I got that I'm enlightening people and they are repentant towards me. I hope so. I hope so. You know what I mean? But after running for 9 years from psychopathic behavior, as well as making 1,400 videos, I don't know what that means. Okay, and it's unfortunate that I don't. Okay, but you also got to understand where I'm coming from on my end. Okay, because it's just like when somebody gets caught, are they sorry that they got caught, or are they sorry that they hurt somebody? You know what I mean? It's been 10 years now. Okay, I'm still waiting, so I don't know really what to think. Okay, but what I am being is I'm being upfront and I'm being honest. Okay, I'm being direct. Okay, and this is not, and you might take it like I'm being offensive. I have no other way of communicating with you. Okay, so I have to make myself very clear. Okay, if I saw you in public, I would not spit on you. I would not disrespect you. Okay, but what I'm telling you is how I feel, what I'm experiencing, and how it is. Okay, so if you are repentant, well, then make an effort to show that. Okay, right now, I need money. So I would appreciate it if you would help clear this issue. Also, I get the feeling that because one of my things is I'm debating about introducing Mojo drawings onto my channel. Okay. And what Mojo drawings are is obviously I love making things. Okay. And I do like making magical items like with dolls, stuffed animals, keychains, collectors, barrettes, whatever. I love that kind of stuff. Now, mind you, I've been making a bunch of that stuff throughout the years. And of course, I have a passion to make more of them. Okay. Some of them I want to give away, you know what I mean, as Mojo drawings. But there's other things I want to give away. Okay. Whatever the case is, I still need money to do that. Okay. Um, but I get the message from you is that there's some sort of you want to compete. You want to compete. You want to compete with, I don't know, maybe it's my business model, or you want to. There's something about it that this is what it is. This is why you guys are competing. I know it had something to do with religion. It started off with, and now you guys are competing maybe because I'm a black woman and you don't like me having what you perceive to be power. I think that might be really what it's the heart of the matter. You know what I mean? Which is one of the reasons why everyone's having these discussions about, equality and all this other stuff that rather bore me. Okay. I mean, whatever. But this is not about me competing. It's about me making a living. Okay, like I said, I think a lot of white people obsess too much about the game, the race. You know, maybe that's one of the reasons why they call different mixtures of people or different people race in general. Maybe they feel like there's some sort of race they need to get to. I'm not in the race. Okay, I dropped out a long time ago. Meaning, like, I see it's bullshit and I don't really want to be a part of it. I don't need to sit here and one up people. I don't need to prove my point. I don't need people to believe what I believe. Okay? As a matter of fact, the Swan Song Manifesto does not sit here and, like, you know, favor one religious belief over another. I simply look and study the different occult ideas and beliefs and incorporate it into my spirituality. Okay, people can take certain things or they can leave it. Some people like working with food. Some people like working with art. Some people are interested in Jewish mysticism. Some people don't want to hear Jewish mysticism. They don't have to. Okay, but I have an interest in a lot of different things, and this is what I like to cover. Okay, and I do not want to compete for that. Okay, this, like I said, there's a lot of people who do all kinds of things on the occult. Some people teach tarot lessons, okay? I teach card lessons, okay? But you know what I'm saying? I'm not the only person who talks about the occult, okay? But I'm somebody who is well known for the occult, obviously, and I'm some clone person that came back, all right? It's just me making a living, okay? It's my passion. It is my passion, okay? I do not need business partners for this venture, okay? I want to be the person who makes those decisions, who I hire to do this, who I work with to do that, okay? Now, I understand you guys are the big dogs. You guys have been running, you run as this pack, and you guys tend to focus on things like what celebrities are doing, when personally, I think there's more important issues to be focused on, like the issue of the homeless people. Okay, not worrying about whether or not a person is, you know, what religion a person is or whatever, because I think that's bullshit. Okay, because every single last one of these celebrities all belong to different religions. Okay, so the religious thing doesn't even hold any water anymore. Okay, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with you. I just want to make sure I'm very clear, because like I said, we're never going to have this conversation in person. So I want to say it now. That's the last thing I got for Gemini 14. For Scorpio 20, my messages are that I made a comment a few days ago about me valuing spirituality over materialism. This is true, I do. Okay, but this is me. I'm not saying everyone has to be this way, okay? But I'm saying is that people who are too obsessed with materialism, to where they get to the point where they're hungry for it, to where they get to the point of where they want to make sure that they have everything and they want to squash the little guy, kind of like what happened with my ex-employers, right? They think it's funny when they see somebody who's homeless, or I'm not saying that they do that, okay? But this is just an example of how some people are so arrogant with their wealth. They're so arrogant with what they have, okay? That I don't ever want to be one of those kind of people. But that does not mean that I do not want to make money. It does not mean that I don't want to be comfortable. I'm just saying is I will always remember what it's like to struggle. I will always be empathetic to people who are. Like, I care about the homeless. I might be the only person who does, okay? But that does not mean that because I value spirituality does not mean or give anyone the excuse to play around with my Patreon money. Okay? Do not take that as me saying, oh, well, I don't really care about money. Of course I care about money. Unfortunately, I've mentioned this before, we live in a monetary system. If you don't have money, you can't survive. Unfortunately, I need money to pay bills. Unfortunately, I need money to do everything. Okay? You either make money or you basically, you can't survive, okay? And I do know that there was a plot to somehow erase me off the face of this earth, okay? Perhaps maybe you would like that, but I'm a fighter, okay? And I'm not comfortable with you. I'm just letting you know that right now, okay? Yes, I do value spirituality over that. Why? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I was attacked, okay? I was attacked by very materialistic people who wanted to keep me down, who wanted to hurt me and harm me. Okay, and everything that I say, sometimes I feel as though because you guys are coming at me and I'm defending myself, I'm combating the negative accusations and everything by explaining myself, because God knows I would never in a million years ask to be a target. Okay, I'm basically saying that it was people like Libra 14 and people like my ex-employers who always want to feel like they're somebody. They're desperate to prove it to somebody when in reality nobody cares. I don't see any point in running on a hamster wheel like it's so important. Oh, I got to impress so and so. Nobody cares. This is the deception that or the lie that so many people have been tricked into believing. Okay, so if that's what people want, that's fine. Okay, I choose to live a spiritual existence. And like I said, that is in no way, do not use this as some sort of justification to sit here and manipulate things that belong to me. Also, that I get the feeling that you're saying that in your mind, or at least within your conversation, your group, that everyone knows that I'm a creator and that I'm given credit for everything that I do. Okay, that's important to me because I know in the workplace people like to mess with me. Okay, and this is what makes me uncomfortable when it comes to things like Patreon or me posting up my videos. Okay, that's my asset. I need you to understand that. That is my asset. Okay, that is what I'm selling. Okay, and it bothers me that people are able to view my content and I'm not getting any money for it. Okay, and why that should make anybody feel nervous. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I got. I don't have anything else. Okay, that's everything I have. I've been putting it on Patreon and I'm expecting to get money for it. Okay, I don't need people blocking me or causing me problems or minimizing it or thinking that they need to invite other people to be my business partner. I don't need any business partners. Okay, I will create my own business partners. Okay, it bothers me so much that you focus on things that are outside of your jurisdiction. I'm just letting you know. Okay, I'm not comfortable with it. What else? Yes, I had mentioned before that the social media is a playground. Okay, and unfortunately, I tend to be running with these people. Meaning, like, you guys know who I am, and you guys like abusing me, and somehow or another you think it's for entertainment. I'm sorry. Here's the thing about people who are leaders, okay? Leaders are now being looked upon as celebrities, which if I was a leader, I would never allow that to happen. Okay, this is not entertainment. This is a person's life we're dealing with, and a lot of other people's lives as well. Okay, I'm sorry that you guys think of yourselves as celebrities. That's really a bad thing. Okay, but that you do what you want to do. Okay, I'm not here for people's entertainment. I am when it comes to making videos. Okay, but you guys tend to think it's okay to bring your little sideshow acts into my workplace or create jobs for me and then wipe everything else that I'm working out for, and you guys do it for fun. Okay? You guys are celebrities to me. You're not leaders. The next one. Also, you're basically saying, feel free to live alone. That's all I've been wanting to do. Okay? I don't want to be with Libra 14 or any other one of you guys' what do you call it, agents, because that's all Libra 14 was an agent. Okay, somebody who was basically sent to sit here and spy on me for you guys what? Entertainment. For your entertainment. Okay, this country needs leaders. We don't need another celebrity. Okay, I get the feeling that all three of you guys are, you guys talk about me, and that you guys are kind of like amazed by me. And I don't want to cause problems, and I do want to solve this in a civil way. You know what I mean? I know that it's very difficult for you guys to deal with people who are so upfront and honest. You know, meaning like it's very hard to encounter somebody who is as direct as me, but I don't see the point in skirting issues. Or I feel like being direct is the only way to solve it. You know what I mean? And I felt as though I was pretty goddamn direct when I made those other videos. Okay. Now, I tend to respect people who respect me, and I also respect those who I view as respectable to a certain degree. Okay. You have a title, therefore I respect you. Okay. But I think that you deserve that title based on everything I experienced. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is my American right to say so. I don't think you do. Now, I'm going to wrap up this video. Oh, I got one more message. I do believe that the house that I was raised in is still available. I need money to move. Okay? I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And once again, the reason why I don't know what I'm doing, it's not my fault. Not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm once again paying the price for something I didn't do. So could you please get this whole issue fixed up? Tomorrow is Monday. Looks like the rest of the week, I'd like to get my stuff out of here. I want to be out of here by June. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. I have a few more things I'd like to say. I want my social media accounts fully functional. I want to be able to communicate with the public. I want their comments. Okay. I want to be able to hear, I mean, not hear, but see what people are saying. I want to be able to interact with other people. I'm tired of being in your bubble. Okay. You're keeping me in a bubble, and I'm telling you right now, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it at all. Okay. And given the experience that I've had, I could never like being in the bubble. I cannot like being in the bubble. Okay. And I've said this before. Okay. I want this issue resolved as soon as possible. I do want to expand. I'd like to say this to the people who are watching this video, that yes, I do want to expand my food magic show. And I do get the feeling that there's a lot of celebrities and chefs who want to be on my food magic show. I need to get this issue resolved immediately. Okay. I don't care if it's unfortunate that this particular company that posts my videos that I'm supposed to be getting paid from, okay, is having a hard time, technical issues. Okay. But here's the thing. I need my money. And that should have been the first thing that I should have gotten. Okay, I don't know what Libra 14 did. He had no right to. But I know that you guys, for playing matchmaker, take some responsibility. You could at least get this thing expedited. I'm tired of waiting around. This is a request that I'm making, and I think that it should be honored. Okay, considering I should have sued every single company that I've worked for, every single company that I interviewed for. Okay, I deserve that money. And you sit here and you play around with this, well, I'm going to hold this off. I think I'm going to matchmake her. And you don't need to be doing that. That is outside of your jurisdiction. Take care of real issues. Okay? Could I please get some real help here? Okay? For the people who are watching me, who are supportive, if you could help out with a donation, I would appreciate it. I am not the kind of person who likes to ask anything from anybody. Okay? I can't give you it much, but I do have some things I could give you. And these mementos that I have, I think would be, you know, at least a fair gift, you know, if you can contribute something. I'm hoping that these people will get their shit together by the end of the week. Okay, but I need money now. Okay, and I should have had it a long time ago. I'm tired of being in the bubble. I'm tired of being in this situation of major frustration that I didn't deserve. Okay? And once again, I'm paying for you guys' mistakes. The three people that I mentioned. Okay? And a few other people. Okay? But I'm asking. Okay? And I understand, it's like, you know, I don't like to ask anybody for help. But at the same time, I didn't create the situation that you guys created. I cannot undo something that I did not create. You guys created it, so please fix it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say. I'm not trying to be rude. Hey, I'm just telling you how it is, okay? And that's my American right to say so. I do have freedom of speech, unless, of course, that's new to you too. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. For all the people who do support me, I do thank you. Have a very good night.